The champagne glass shattered against the marble floor, sending Dom Perignon across Italian leather shoes worth more than most people's cars. But I didn't flinch. I kept my eyes locked on Harold Blackwood as he stood at the head of his mahogany dining table, face flushed with expensive wine and cheaper prejudice. "My daughter deserves better than trash," he announced to the room full of his country club friends, business associates, and horrified family members. Street trash dressed in a borrowed suit, pretending to belong in our world. The silence that followed was deafening. 23 pairs of eyes swiveled between Harold and me, waiting to see if the nobody dating the princess would dare respond to the king. I carefully folded my napkin, the cloth probably cost more than my first apartment's monthly rent, and placed it beside my untouched plate of $40 salmon. "Thank you for dinner, Mr. Blackwood," I said, standing slowly, "and thank you for finally being honest about how you feel." Sophia grabbed my hand. "Adrian, don't." I squeezed her fingers gently, then let go. "It's fine, love, your father's right. I should know my place." The smirk on Harold's face was worth capturing, that self-satisfied expression of a man who thought he'd won, who believed he'd finally driven away the street rat who dared to touch his precious daughter. If only he knew. I walked out of that dining room with my head high, past the Monet in the hallway, past the servants who avoided eye contact, past the Bentley in the driveway that Harold had made sure to mention cost more than I'd make in 5 years. Sophia caught up to me at my car, my sensible Honda that Harold had sneered at when I'd pulled up. "I'm so sorry," she said, tears streaming down her face. "I had no idea he'd." "Shoo." I pulled her close, inhaling the scent of her perfume mixed with the salt of her tears. "This isn't your fault. I'll talk to him, make him apologize." "No." I tucked a strand of her dark hair behind her ear. "No more apologizing for him. No more making excuses. He said what he's been thinking for the past year. At least now we know where we stand. Adrian, please, don't let him ruin us." I kissed her forehead. "He can't ruin what's real. Soph, I'll call you tomorrow, okay?" She nodded reluctantly, and I drove away from the Blackwood estate, watching in my rearview mirror as the mansion grew smaller, its lights twinkling like stars I'd supposedly never reach. My phone started buzzing before I even hit the main road. I ignored it, knowing it was probably Sophia's mother, Victoria, trying to smooth things over, or maybe her brother James, offering awkward solidarity. They weren't bad people, just weak ones, too afraid of Harold to ever stand up to him. But I had more important calls to make. I voice-dialed my assistant as I merged onto the highway. "Catherine, I know it's late. Mr. Cross, is everything all right?" Catherine had been